We begin by seeing the family and friends of the late monkey leader Caesar paying their last respects and celebrating his cremation. 300 years later, in the midst of a civilization devastated and overrun by the forest, monkeys walk among the buildings. Among them is Noah. They go to an eagle's nest, and Noah tells his friends named Suna and Anaya that they must always leave one egg. Suna and the other monkey choose the eggs to take, saying they will take care of them just as they were taken care of. When Noah hears noises further ahead, they decide to investigate. Realizing it is another nest, Noah strives to reach the top of the building, and when he reaches the nest, he tries to grab one of the eggs. Suddenly, the mother bird arrives and knocks him down. Noah falls onto a loose rock and begins to slip towards a deadly fall. Fortunately, he grabs onto iron bars and escapes death. Moments later, the three friends head back to their horses, happy to have gotten the eggs. However, when they reach the animals, they notice movement in the nearby foliage. Suna throws a stone at the unknown figure, and something starts fleeing from them. The three follow to the entrance of a dark tunnel but do not enter. Instead, they smell and take the cloth left by the intruder. They then return to their village, where some monkeys are already training their eagles. The younger monkeys admire the eggs their friends have obtained, which they must take care of until they hatch. Noah goes to his mother, who receives food brought by her eagle, and then she tells him that the master wants to see him. He heads to one of the towers built to house them and also to take care of the eggs, and Master Koro helps and guides the younger ones. Koro receives Noah, who shows him what they found. Koro asks if Noah went to the Forbidden Valley of the Echoes, as the nearly extinct humans are called, but the young monkey says no, although one of them came to their land. Koro says he will inform the council about the finding. Later, the three friends talk and watch a group of monkeys being sent in case they need to drive away the invading echo. At night, after fixing his mother's tent, Noah hears a strange noise coming from a tent and goes to investigate. While looking for something, a girl appears, hits his chest, and flees the tent, but upon leaving, Noah realizes that the human broke the egg he was protecting. He then calls his friends and talks about the situation, questioning the fact that Master Koro and Noah's father will not understand what happened. Not knowing what to do, Noah decides to leave alone in search of another egg. On the way, in a certain area, Noah hears noises and shadows of monkeys fighting, and curious, he gets off the horse to check. Approaching the place, he notices dead monkeys. The monkey from his group who went after the echo appears, and in his last moments of life, warns Noah of the imminent danger, saying there are more of them. Noah hides and watches another group of masked monkeys arrive at the place, and when one of them grabs the cloth that Noah and his friends found, he says it smells of human. Their leader shows he is looking for someone and orders his monkeys to continue the search. Noah's horse appears, so the group of monkeys decides to follow it to find the village. Noah runs as fast as he can, but when he reaches his home, he realizes that the warriors arrived first and are destroying everything. He is confronted by one of the enemies, but his mother helps him and tells him to go help Koro. At the top of one of the towers, Noah finds his father and helps release the birds. Suddenly, the gorilla leader arrives and confronts Koro with an electric baton. The monkey tries to fight but is weak compared to his opponent. Noah thinks of something to help his father and draws the enemy's attention, but he notices and manages to pin him to the ground. Koro reappears and pushes the gorilla away, but the furious primate punches him several times. Noah jumps on top of the gorilla, but he throws him out of the tower. Fortunately, Noah grabs onto a steel cable, hanging helplessly. The gorilla with the electric baton says he does this in the name of Caesar, then electrifies the cable and makes Noah fall from the height. The next morning, Noah is still alive and walks among the remains of his village. He finds his father dead and, after mourning the loss, he buries him and vows to find his family. Noah finds a horse and leaves his destroyed home, heading to the tunnel that leads to the Forbidden Valley. After a few minutes, he reaches a city completely destroyed and overrun by vegetation. Following the tracks of his people, he finds his mother's cloth. The next morning, he wakes up and notices his father's eagle watching him, and when he reaches out to receive it and sings a song, it flies away, leaving Noah upset. The monkey continues his journey in search of more clues to find his family. He uses an electric baton and approaches a place where smoke is coming from the ground. However, he ends up falling into a trap and falls into a hole. He is surprised by an orangutan who thinks Noah is one of the masked enemies, but the young monkey says he is not from the enemy gang and was following their tracks because they killed his father and kidnapped his family. After learning the truth, the orangutan introduces himself as Raka. Noah then asks if Raka saw his clan being taken, but Raka says he hid to avoid being captured as well. Raka shows him old books he kept, or in Caesar's time they read and understood the languages and signs contained in them. Noah asks who Caesar is, whom the enemies spoke of. Raka explains that they speak the name disrespecting the monkey who was their true leader, and that in Caesar's time, he taught them to be better and to live united. Raka takes Noah to a place he says was a refuge for humans, but after Caesar's era, they started to die out. Noah sees the painting on the wall and says they are echoes, but Raka says that's what they call humans. Noah says he was taught that they are a cruel race, but Raka asserts that there was a time when both species fought side by side. Raka takes Noah to his horse, but on the way, he invites Noah to stay with him and learn more about the history he doesn't know. Upon reaching the horse, they see a little girl stealing something and then running away. Noah says it was the human he saw in his village, so they decide to go together. On the way, the eagle continues to follow Noah and flies above them. After telling Raka what his clan did, he also says that his father was the master of the birds and sang to them, the only one who had a perfect connection. Later, they camp to rest and eat a little when the little girl reappears. Seeing that she is hungry, Raka offers her fruits. She takes them and starts eating, then shivers from the cold. Raka wants to offer her the cloth that Noah brought, but the monkey doesn't want to lend it. Raka teaches him to have compassion for the species, so Noah allows the cloth to be lent. The girl stays close to them, so Raka gives her a name and calls her Nova. Raka says that Caesar cared for humans because he was raised by them. The next morning, they set off, and not wanting to leave the girl alone, Raka gives her a ride on his horse. After riding a bit, the group arrives at a river where there are some zebras. Nova notices movement on the other side, and they soon discover it is other humans, who now live like animals. Noah decides to leave Nova and Raka there because he needs to continue to find his clan. Raka gives him his necklace, which identifies him as a loyal servant of Caesar's legacy. Noah then sets off but doesn't go far because the enemy group led by the gorilla arrives at the location and starts attacking the humans to capture them. Everyone runs in fear into the forest, and Noah sees Nova running among the humans. The gorilla instructs his subordinates that the one he is looking for is Nova. He quickly sets off to find the girl, who cleverly hides in the tall vegetation. When Nova sees Noah calling her from afar, she doesn't hesitate and runs towards him to escape. Fortunately, Noah manages to grab the girl and escape the gorilla's attack. Another monkey continues to chase them, but Raka appears and attacks the primate, knocking him out. After getting far enough from their enemy, the group decides to continue on foot. When the three stop by a lake, Nova turns to them and says her name is May, which impresses the monkeys because they thought humans were unintelligent beings. May tells them she knows where Noah's clan is being taken. She says it's a human settlement, and that's where she is going to look for others of her kind. While Raka goes to prepare a fire, Noah, learning to be friendly, gives May his mother's cloth. The next day, the three arrive at a bridge, and although fearful, they will cross to the other side. However, the gorilla leader appears on the other side and blocks their passage, and another blocks their retreat. Suddenly, monkeys appear and attack the group. May falls into the river but fortunately holds onto the ropes, and Raka goes down to help her. Meanwhile, Noah fights another monkey but is overpowered. Raka leaves May in a safe place, but he is swept away by the water, and when he grabs onto a rope, the enemy gorilla cuts it, and he is carried away by the current. After the incident, Noah and May are taken captive, and by the sea, they reach their destination, a large stranded and destroyed ship where someone is waiting for them. Hundreds of monkeys live there, apparently free. May is taken elsewhere, while Noah is freed to join the other primates working on something. Fortunately, he reunites with his friend Suna, who is happy to see him. May is taken to a room where it is noticeable that someone lives there. Suddenly a man appears and introduces himself as Trevathan. He explains that he has been there since the day he was captured while trying to find a safe place, but being a good reader, the monkey leader wanted him alive to read books for him. Back to Noah, he reunites with his mother and hugs her happily. Suddenly a trumpet is blown, and everyone must gather in the large courtyard to revere the leader, whom the monkeys acclaim as their king. This feared monkey is called Proximus, but in his speech, he declares himself the new Caesar. He also mentions that soon they will be able to open the large entrance door to an underground location, where something valuable awaits them. Proximus gives the order, and then the monkeys, along with horses, begin to pull the large gate. They use fire to weaken the thick iron, but the chains they are using break, interrupting the process. Proximus then states that they will succeed another day. When May talks to Trevathan, she says that the enemy cannot open the underground passage because it contains all the technological advancements and many weapons stored before the monkeys took over. Trevathan asks May not to worry about the king monkey's actions, as they can have a comfortable life there as long as they don't interfere with Proximus' reign. Later, the two are eating at the king's table when Noah is brought to them for a conversation. Fortunately, Noah's friend Anaya is alive and serves the king. In his speech, Proximus mentions that he is in search of knowledge to find a way to reach what is trapped underground and, after that, achieve another level of evolution. The king recounts the stories he knows about the human civilization from the past, where they could accomplish grand feats and even fly in the skies. May claims that entering the place is impossible, but Proximus reveals how May came to him. He explains that before Noah met May, she was part of a group that included humans, but his monkeys did not realize their value, so they killed them. However, she managed to escape. Proximus hopes that the clever girl will help him open the underground vault, but she refuses. Knowing Noah's intelligence, the king states that he will be useful and then shows the large number of monkeys under his command, all taken from their clan to serve him. Proximus explains that all this is his dream, to build a kingdom for the primates. The king says they cannot trust humans and warns that what is in the vault will make them stronger and allow them to annihilate the human species, but he will get it first. Proximus reaffirms that the time belongs to the monkeys, and he will further decimate the human species. Later, Noah is looking out at the sea when his father's eagle approaches him. Noah laments once more for being weak and failing to fulfill his promise to bring his clan home, affirming that they belong to Proximus' kingdom. He says that the law that governs them is supposed to be that way. However, holding the necklace that recalls the time of the true Caesar, he realizes that the law is wrong. Reconstructing his thoughts about the truth, Noah is surprised when the eagle lands on his arm, inspiring him to be strong and think of a way to change their destiny. When night falls, Noah goes to May's room to talk about the truth and what she knows, so they can help each other. He asks what she wants from inside the vault, and May replies that she needs a book, which is special and can help humans return to what they once were. May asserts that a long time ago, humans and primates knew how to live in harmony, and humans were the dominant species. However, humans created a virus that made monkeys more intelligent, while for humans, it was the cause of their extinction. Noah asks two more questions. The first, if she knows how to get in, and second, if seawater could destroy everything. May then says yes. Moments later, Noah goes to his friends and asks for their help. Suna agrees to help, but Anaya says he will stay because he is afraid. Noah and his friend go to where May is, and she instructs them to bring some things they will need. Suddenly Anaya approaches and says he will join them. May prepares some bombs and tells Noah that they will blow up the barrier preventing water from reaching the vault entrance. While they are preparing everything, Trevathan arrives and tries to warn them that it will not stop Proximus from getting what he wants. However, May asks him to join them because there is still hope. Nonetheless, the foolish Trevathan says that the king will kill the monkeys who help and she will be punished for what she is doing. As soon as Trevathan turns to warn the king, May jumps on him and kills him with a chokehold. Afterward, they throw the body into the sea and continue with the plan. They head to another point on the beach, where the sea waves crash against the mountain slope. The challenge is worth it, and May shows an entrance high up, so they must climb. As they approach the entry point, Noah nearly falls with May, but fortunately, he holds on and manages to reach the entrance, which is actually a ventilation duct. The group enters and finds a generator to turn on the lights. May takes an axe and says she is going somewhere. Soon she arrives at her destination and finds weapons and also a hard drive. Meanwhile, the monkeys are amazed to find a room filled with human objects. Noah picks up some books that tell stories of how humans and animals lived, and the images of a zoo intrigue the monkeys. May returns and calls them to proceed with the plan. The group passes by war tanks at the entrance of the place. May opens the door and says they need to be quick. As soon as they open the door, the leader Proximus is already waiting for them along with Noah's mother. The king brings Noah's clan to show them how foolish Noah is for trusting the human. Being a cunning monkey, Proximus grabs Suna and questions Noah about what May planned for them down there. While he is intimidating the primate, May pulls out a gun and kills the monkey holding Suna. Proximus is impressed by what that small weapon can do and asks if there are more of them inside. However, knowing that what is there cannot fall into the enemy's hands, May quickly runs and triggers the bombs she planted at the barrier, causing an avalanche of water to flood the place. As the waters drag all the primates into the military facility, May watches from a safe distance outside. The monkeys struggle to hold on to pipes or some support. Noah tries to call everyone he can to follow him to higher ground before the waters take over everything. Noah directs his family to the exit and stays to be the last to leave, but he is surprised by the gorilla soldier. Noah climbs the pipes to escape but ends up being knocked into the water and attacked. However, being smart, he maneuvers through the corridors and dodges between the pipes, managing to attract and trap his opponent. After the brief fight, he reaches the exit where his clan is, but as he emerges, he is surprised by Proximus, who knocks him to the ground. The king beats him for destroying his reign and does not allow the other primates to intervene in the fight. Proximus throws Noah around, leaving him injured and weak at the edge of the cliff. Full of pride, the king orders Noah to stand up and bow before him before he kills him. Seeing the eagles flying overhead, Noah stands up and begins to sing the songs his clan sang to the eagles. He sings even louder, and members of his clan join in, leaving Proximus puzzled. Suddenly, Noah's father's eagle arrives and wounds Proximus's face. Enraged, the primate tries to attack Noah, but more eagles begin to approach and fiercely attack the enemy. They force him to the edge of the cliff, and Noah's eagle delivers the final blow, causing Proximus to fall to his death. A few days later, Noah's clan is back in their village, slowly rebuilding their legacy. Suddenly, his friends see May in the distance and call Noah. He then goes to the girl, who came to say goodbye. He questions the choice she made earlier and how it could have killed everyone there, but he doesn't blame her. He asks if both species can ever live together, and fearing the worst, May holds a hidden gun and says she doesn't know what destiny awaits them. As a farewell, Noah offers her the necklace that Raka gave him, saying it held significance, referring to the legacy of the true Caesar. After her journey to find more humans, May finds a facility where a woman in a suit greets her. May hands over the hard drive, and the woman quickly goes inside to share the discovery. This causes the communication equipment to come back online, allowing them to find other humans around the world.